Alright, January, we're here. First week of January, we always get a horror movie, and the guy who directed this movie actually directed the Insidious Last Key, which came out last year in January. So this guy, I guess next year is going to be another horror movie that he's directing, because that's just where he directs movies and they get released. Escape Room. I should have looked up his name, but I didn't. But it's from the director of Insidious The Last Key. I knew that because I did look that up, and I looked up, like, what else he did. He did, like, The Exorcist of Emily Rose and like that. But he has, he's always been working on all the Insidious films. I think he's friends with James Wan, and so he got to direct The Last Key. And I remember seeing the movie, and I remember saying he did a good job. He did a really good job doing that movie. I've only seen the movie twice. It was that time, and once, like, later on in the year, it was, like, something on TV or someone. I watched it somewhere. Either way, this is a brand new movie. Escape Room is out. It's first week of January, and we always know every first week, movies suck. It's just how it works. So January's here. Let's talk about a movie that actually surprised me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This movie wasn't terrible. It wasn't amazing great like some of the people that walked out of this theater saying, but for what it was, I enjoyed it. So basically the storyline is these 6 strangers get all this little box, whatever, and it says a note, whatever. It says, hey, come to this little building over here in Chicago, and you'd be like, it's an escape room. They all come in there, and something weird's going on, and then it starts into, like, jigsaw puzzles, puzzles, and they got the escape room. There's, like, 5 different rooms, and it's a very intense movie and very creative movie that I overall enjoyed the fun of it. I mean, first things first, once again, the directing is very good. I mean, it's a very creative directing for what he gets and what he takes this little storyline and makes into something bigger. The directing was fantastic in my opinion. I thought he was really creative. I mean, there was a scene where the whole room is upside down and the camera plays with you, and it is so good directing. I thought that was an awesome sequence. The movie overall is really intense. The opening scene, it's a great opening scene. It gets you right into the hick of it. Like, I mean, you're like, oh god. And I love how, like, the very beginning, like, the main title, it reminded me of, like, Panic Room kind of opening style, or, like, Devil. That's what it reminded me of. But overall, the directing was really entertaining and creative. The acting, I thought, was good. There was a few bad performances. There was a couple. One of them was, which was an annoying kid, whatever. He does, like, all these escape rooms. He was annoying. I did not care for him. There's also this dad trucker guy. He's the guy from The Dark Knight who blows up with the phone in his stomach. He was okay, but he wasn't great. I thought the main girl was good, but she really wasn't the main girl, to be honest. She was really quiet. The African-American actor, I thought he was fine. He's kind of the dickhead in the whole group. The girl from True Blood and Daredevil, she was good. She had a great backstory. And I thought the kid from Love, Simon the Bully, I thought he was really good, and he was the most character that I really cared about. Because all these characters, or a couple of them, get storylines. You get to meet them before they go into the escape room. So the first 30 minutes, you're like learning who they are. And then once they get into the escape room, the first 4 rooms, I thought from there on out, I was entertained. It was intense. I was enthralled. I wanted to know what was going on. I was into it, guys. Like, I was enjoying it. I was like, this movie's pretty good. I mean, the directing was creative. The rooms, one of them's hot, one of them's cold. It's upside down. Then there's this room that's trippy, and they go on these drugs, and it's like, they start, like, it's like messing with them. I mean, there's a scene where the rooms are closing in. I mean, it's Jigsaw, but it's PG-13. This movie should have been rated R. I feel like it really should have been rated R. I mean, they say fuck. I'm pretty sure they say fuck twice. In the very beginning, I'm pretty sure, but it's PG-13. I think it should have been rated R because the movie, I think it could have built off, like, language in the movie. I like R-rated movies, so I feel like this movie with blood and everything, I think it would have worked and added more fun to it. Now, if I had to say any negatives, first things first, some of the dialogue, and like I said, the acting is not the best, especially the dialogue. There are some scenes where the dialogue is pretty terrible. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the review, the annoying kid who likes the games or whatever, in the middle, there's one scene where after a big scene just happened with fire or whatever, they escape it by that much. He was like, alright, next room. Like, I mean, you almost died by fire. That was so unbelievable. I was like, kid, come on. Even I would be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, we almost just blew up from fire. Like, it's not a game anymore. We're really into it. We're in a building where it's freezing or we're dying from hypothermia. Like, I mean, there's some unbelievable dialogue moments, and 100%, my biggest issue, the one that really kills this movie, and I asked everyone around me and they agreed, like there's 5 rooms. The first 4, like I said, I was into it. That 5th room, and then they start revealing some things, what's going on, and what's behind the scenes with the escape room. And the ending just turns into a mess. I mean, they're jumping back and forth. The movie, at one point, it turns into like a different type of movie. Like the last 5 minutes, they're like jumping around from scene to scene. A big intense scene happens, and it's not an intense scene. Like when you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But the ending is literally, let's franchise the shit out of this thing. Let's set it up. Let's get a sequel going. Let's make some money. It felt so stamped on, let's make a sequel. Hold the sign, let's make a sequel. The last 10 minutes felt so, like the whole movie's unbelievable. But the last 10 minutes felt really unbelievable. Like, I mean, you're like, no, really? We're going this far out? This is how far we're going? This little escape room storyline expanded into this, and then it gets really ridiculous, and then it ends saying, hey, give us a sequel. So besides, I mean, that really hurt the movie in my opinion. It really did. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched the movie, I was like, I liked it. But driving home and thinking about it, and once you start to think about it, this is why the movie starts to go down in my opinion. So overall, Escape Room, it was fine. I wouldn't mind watching it again. I wouldn't mind owning it. It wasn't terrible. But dang, did it there was a solid, simple, enjoyable movie, and then it ends like that. It was so disappointing like that. So I'm going to give Escape Room a C. I think it's a solid movie. Definitely not the worst movie. Like, for January especially, it could have been worse. But it wasn't, I have to admit. I enjoyed it. But there is some, like, the end, I'm telling you, like, I've never seen a movie say, give us a sequel, you know, you want to know, but I'm like, you really blew this story up from this little storyline into this, and I'm like, no. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.